Peace, and now locked back in with the Black Ball Sports Podcast. Your boys is back every Monday and Friday for the time being until we can expand it a little more. But peace, man, we running live right now. Hopefully we get a nice little crowd in here today to talk about some NFL, really based around the Eagles and Commanders, but we definitely talk about other, sports topics. I got my co-host in the building, man. How you doing?
Chilling, bro. What's going on with you, man?
Feeling good, man. Feeling good. It's a Friday, and Fridays are always good. You know
Yes,
what
sir.
I mean? So let's talk about it. I got a couple topics, man, that I want to the other day we were talking about Aqib Talib, so I got that, clip lined up, and that's actually the title. The Eagles laid the blueprint to stop Jayden and Kevin Patullo on the hot seat. We're gonna talk about some other things too, but these are the main topics. I want to start off, playing this clip, from Aqib Talib. Hopefully StreamYard, plays it right for us today because it's already tweaking. But nevertheless, I'm going to attempt to try to play the clip. So here we go.
Now you're not a new duo this year. You're the team to beat. When you're a rookie quarterback, you got a new coach. That's like a new duo, right? It's something new in the league. People can't quite figure it out. But by the time they got to the playoffs and they saw Philly had that figured out.
Daniels sacked.
Philly put that blueprint out there and they beat their 55-23. In the offseason, all them NFC East teams, they looking at that all right, this is what they like to do. We game planning for that We putting the plan together January, February, March, April for that Before that, they didn't pay no attention to y'all in the offseason. They paying attention to the good teams in the NFC East. And once you become a team to beat, teams go back to that Philly game, they see what Philly did and was successful against that and they put that on tape.
All right, I don't know why I didn't show, but
I heard it clearly, though.
Yeah. You heard it clear? Cool, all right. What's your thought? We briefly talked about it the other day, but now it's the full context. I'll let you go first.
Aqib Talib is an NFL athlete. You know what I mean? He was a good damn NFL athlete, professional football player. He knows more knowledge, has more knowledge of the game than I do, right? Let me preference what I'm about to say by first stating that. Shut the fuck up. You trying to get you trying to get views on for whatever your show is, right? Let me say this. Did Philly lay the blueprint? One, Philly played Washington 3 times. If there's anybody who knows a team, it's their division rival. And if you play a division rival 3 times, Washington knew Philly, Philly knew Washington. There was no secret on what Philly was going to do with Washington. There was no secret on what Washington was going to do against Philly. You want to know what the difference is? Philly had some absolute athletic freaks on defense that could fly around on the second layer, not only on the defensive line, but in the linebacker spot and in the secondary that could keep up with the speed of what Jayden Daniels did, right? If they had the blueprint, why did the Giants fulfill it? Giants had freaks all over the place on the offensive line. They couldn't stop them. Why? Because that second and third layer wasn't athletic as Philly. Green Bay. Okay, now we're talking about a little different story. They got athletic freaks freaking everywhere. So, yes, if you have athletic freaks everywhere on the defensive side, on every layer, on the defensive line, in the defensive secondary, and in your linebackers here, you might have a good chance of stopping Jayden Daniels because you have speed everywhere. The thing is, not every team has speed everywhere. Not every team can fly around on every layer of the ball and be able to stop it. So, yeah, you might have a blueprint, but does everyone have the pieces to fulfill that blueprint? Absolutely not. So we talk about the NFC has this thing and has this, man, shut the hell up. That's for something. That's just that kind of shit drives me crazy because, like, one, you're an NFL athlete. You know how this shit goes. It's in week 2, but now you're talking about a team is already figured out. When you talk about the team that really handled him, and I'm talking about Philly and Green Bay, and Dallas did a good job, but Dallas had a particular piece that's very familiar in Green Bay right now. Yes, you can stop certain players if you have the pieces to do it. But don't sit back and act like every NFC team. Let's not sit back and act like every AFC team has the tools to do and execute what Philly and Green Bay did against Washington. That's where I'm like, come on, man, I call bullshit on it.
Yeah, and I agree. I believe he's right in a sense and he's wrong in a sense too. I agree. You need the personnel first to be able to execute it. But there's certain things, I think that if you have the personnel and the coaching to do, that any player, you can slow him down. Any scheme you can slow down. One thing he was telling the truth about is the offseason, though, about how, because remember last year, few teams, they didn't know what to do with Jayden and the Cliff Kingsbury offense. They was scoring 35, 40 points a game. But what he was saying, like over the offseason now, like all right, you're the top 4 teams left. So we're going to look at these teams and try to stop them next year or get in position to beat them next year. We got a game this week coming against the Rams, another team that slightly retooled to be able to beat the Eagles. Washington retooled to be able to beat the Eagles. Nobody kind of expected the Packers to come out like this year, even though they talking a lot of shit. I don't know if you've seen Nate Guard talking about he think they can go undefeated. We'll see.
I heard. I didn't hear the clip, but I seen him say that.
Yeah, he said, we'll be undefeated, which is total. Like, when you start talking like that, you about to get your ass kicked real soon and be humbled.
Yep.
He's right in a sense and he's not. He's right in a sense and he's not. But you have to have the personnel and the coaching to be it, because you said Giants couldn't do it. A lot of other teams cannot, do it. And with that being said, I think it's going to be a hell of a time trying to stop him again. It's not like it's like set in stone. He may get us this time. He may get us twice. Who knows? You got to make the right play, and you also got to force him into a mistake or two, maybe a turnover, to be able to beat Jayden Daniels and the Commanders, because they're still a good team. Despite what Green Bay did to them, they're still a good team. They're still going to be contenders, in my opinion.
Yeah, my only thing is, like, the thing that pisses me off about that take is it's a lazy take. He puts the take out as if it's a narrative, like, okay, now this team isn't going to be a success. And we don't know what it's going to be. We might fuck around and be 9-8, or we could fuck around and be 12-5. You never know. It's too early to tell at this point. But you sitting there like, okay, now we have an answer. It's like, bro, he played 20 games. If they had an answer like that, why didn't the Lions beat him in the divisional round? If they had the blueprint like that, why did Tampa Bay beat him in the divisional round when they already played him? You got a Philly team who played him 3 times, who defensively just had the speed, had the tools to contend with that shit. You know what I'm saying? And it happened. You have a Green Bay, and I'm not making any excuses. I hope we see Green Bay again. I thought about this, and I'm very fortunate because we talked on Monday, and we were like, there were chances where we both thought, hey, as bad as Washington's playing, is dominant as Green Bay is right now, there was a particular time in the fourth quarter where it was 17-10. You're like, well, damn, they can possibly sneak and win this game. I'm glad we didn't. I'm glad we lost that game, because it kind of reminded me of the Philly game when we played you guys the second time in DC, how you guys were kind of dominant the whole game. We just stuck around, 5 turnovers, had no business winning that game. At the end, you let us stick around, and we ended up winning. But what did that do? It gave you guys extra motivation. It was like, oh, okay. Y'all talking shit? Okay. You better not let us see you again. And what happened? We saw you again, and we were hot. We were talking shit, and y'all had a little bit extra motivation going into that game, and it showed. I'm glad that we kind of let Green Bay do their thing. I'm glad they're on their high horse. We took that loss early. We have it in the back of our head, because if we play them again, it would be in the playoffs. I think the game will be a lot different. That being said, so I'm happy that it went. I'm not happy that we got beat the way we did. I'm not happy at the injuries that came from that game, because we lost a battle in the war. But I am happy that if it was going to happen like that, that it happened earlier in the season, so we can lick our wounds, remember it, and use it as motivation later on. But I think a lot of these sports athletes, and I like sports athletes getting into commentary, because they add a different level. But I feel like they try to mix like their professionalism with the shit that they see these other dudes doing, and try to create these wild storylines to kind of garner attention. And that's just whack to me, man. Stop having lazy ass takes. You're better than that.
Right. And one thing I will say, one thing that's similar with the Eagles and Packers, you touched on a little bit, is the physicality that both the Eagles and Packers is playing with. Like, players drop like flies from y'all game, and players drop like flies from the last game that we had. Like, that's one thing, in my opinion, Commanders got to step up, is that physical brute. Like, players leaving the game, like, killing motherfuckers. You know what I mean? I think that was very soft in that game. We already kind of, read our review on it, but that was soft, like, totally, like, just like, you're gonna come out there and just win with your weapons. Nah, you gotta plan every week for each opponent. You can't just come out there with your weapons. I mean, of course they didn't do that, but it seemed like they did that.
Felt like it.
Yeah.
Felt like Cliff Kingsbury didn't do shit. He was just like, all right, we're gonna line up. It didn't seem like a game plan was put together very. It was a bad game from the coaching staff, from the players. You said we played soft, man. I couldn't agree more. I agree more on the soft from a coaching perspective. When it's 4th and 4 and you're trying to kick a 58-yard field goal, bro, that's not what we are. We're aggressive. Go out there, be aggressive, put the defense on their heels, and threaten them with certain things. And I felt like we played way too soft that game, and it showed, man. It really did.
Right. Speaking of that, what's going on with Jayden Daniels? Did y'all practice yet? Do you have a practice report yet for today?
Now, the report will be out probably in the next few hours. He did not practice on Tuesday, or he didn't practice on Wednesday and Thursday, but that wasn't a surprise. That was expected.
Okay.
Dan Quinn, my bad, came out on Monday and said he wouldn't practice on Tuesday or Wednesday, so that's not a surprise. Kind of similar to last year when we played the Bears. He didn't play practice on Wednesday and Thursday. He played a practice limited on Friday and was good enough to end up going out there. I think he'll be out there today in the limited role. If he's out there today in the limited role, then I think there's a good chance he plays on Sunday. If he's not there at all, he doesn't play. How I feel is if he's good enough to play, if there's no restrictions or he's out there mentally ready and there's nothing that he could do further damage, go out there and ball. If there's anything that could potentially happen or if a hit could potentially make things worse, sit down. You know what I mean? And I think that based off of who we're playing and based off of the loss that we took, and we have a good team around us, I think we'll be okay regardless. But as far as Jayden, it's uncertain right now. It's 50-50, like straight up 50-50.
What do you say to the RG3 noise? I know you've seen that. There's stuff going around. I've seen memes, people saying, oh, don't put him out there. He can end up like RG3. What do you say to that?
A very lazy ass, very, very lazy ass take. It's extremely lazy. And I hate the comparisons to RG3 because just because he put on a Redskins uniform or a Commanders uniform and he was black and he was a second pick and he was a Heisman, don't mean that these two are the same. RG3, when he was where'd he play? He played at Baylor. He tore his ACL in Baylor. He walked into the NFL with lingering injury issues. He had them. When he got hurt when he played Baltimore and got hurt, when Haloti Ngata knocked his knee out, he should have been done for the season. But he didn't listen to doctors. The ownership didn't listen to doctors. And we had a coaching staff that damn near didn't give a damn in Mike Shanahan at the time because he really didn't even rock with RG3. So they said, F it. We're going to do it. It was malpractice on the ownership. It was malpractice from the coaching staff. It was malpractice on RG3's part to think that he can go out there knowing the damage that he had to go out there and do it. Just because Jayden runs, yes, he takes hits. Yes, he takes hits, and he got to take less hits. Same thing happened with Jalen Hurts when he was taking hits. Same thing happened with Lamar Jackson. They talk about Josh Allen, not as much as they talk about the brothers, but they talk about Josh Allen running and potentially taking risks. This is something that happens when you're a dual threat quarterback. Do I think that he'll fix it and get himself in line? Yes, because one thing that is very different between Jayden Daniels and RG3 is Jayden Daniels can throw the ball way better than RG3 can. Jayden Daniels was way smarter. Jayden Daniels is a student of the game way better than RG3 was. RG3 himself would even admit it. So I hate the people from the outside because you don't hear this from Washington. It's from the outside. Oh, we can't treat this like an RG3. It's not RG3, bro. Cut that shit the fuck out. I hate the RG3 comparison. There is no comparison other than him being black and playing for the same team. That's it.
Right.
They're not the same quarterback. They're not.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, they always gonna give you those takes, man. That's one thing about Twitter. That shit is toxic as a motherfucker. Like if you can't, I literally can't be on. I pick certain times I'll go on there, but I don't see how people can be on that shit all day, bro.
It's
a
spirit,
very
bro.
toxic. Hell yeah, like your mood and everything. So those one of those Twitter takes and one of those Twitter scholars over there that's talking and shit. But so yeah, man, y'all going into this game against the Raiders. Look like it's gonna be Marcus Mariota. You think Marcus can get the job done?
I do. I think Marcus can get the job done. In a week's time, he's very familiar with the offense. He's very familiar with the offensive pieces. He got first team reps all week. And I think that I think that the game plan won't change, but I think what Cliff would do, and I think Cliff realizes the error of his mistakes, is you got to run the ball, man. You didn't run the ball at all. You got away from the run game. And I heard his press conference, and he said that it was at one point of the game they had to abandon the run a little bit because the game was getting out of hand. I don't agree with that. I don't think there was any point of that game outside of toward the end when they scored that second touchdown that the game was out of reach. We could have ran the ball and ran it effectively and did our thing. So I'm thinking that this week we come out and whether it's successful or not, we see a game plan where we run the ball and we make the Raiders defense start to think a little bit more because they got Max Crosby. They got a couple nice pieces, but they don't have a nice collection, even on all sides. They got good pieces on offense. They got some good pieces on defense, but collectively as a unit, they haven't really put it together yet. They got Chip Kelly out there as an offensive coordinator. He's past happy as hell. So I'm thinking, as far as your question with Marcus Mariota, yeah, I think we can do the job. We got to help him out there. We can't leave him out there throwing the ball 40 times a game. He has to have a nice medium, 20, 25 passes, mixed with the run, a couple turnovers, and I think we walk out of there with a victory. Fairly easy. I don't think it's going to be an easy game, but if we stick to the game plan, we're a better team than the Raiders are.
Yeah. I mean, like I say, I got that's a favorable game for this week. Like it could have been like the Chargers or anybody else. It'd have been like a real bad. So it's a real favorable game, kind of a bounce back game, kind of like Kansas City and the Giants this week. So the football schedule guys who really hooked y'all up with that one. Let's go over and talk about Kevin Patullo. He's been the topic of concern about the Eagles offense and how it looks this week. And I honestly think that is completely overblown. When you look at the first 3 possessions, I think they scored against Dallas. The second half, things cooled off. Kansas City, which is a juggernaut defense. You're on the road. One of the best, defensive coordinators to probably ever, call plays. Things are going to look a little crazy, but when they started putting the film out this week, it shut a lot of people up. They put Jayden out there, saying we're gonna give what they take us, and we're gonna take what they give us. And that's what he did. And the one play that we made, he threw it up to Devontae, was enough to win the game, bro. And I think that's what most people on this team have committed themselves to do, is whatever it takes to win. They don't care about the stats. With that being said, I do feel like you got to get your playmakers to football. But there are going to be plays where the playmakers don't get the football games. Now, as far as the offensive coordinator, people are just judging not the plays, but the play results. Because if it was a one clip going around where AJ is wide open, first play of the game, but the 2 they go max protect, and the 2 tight ends missed their block, so he got to scramble out. I think that's the play he fumbled and picked it back up. He had to move out the way, and he couldn't make the fucking throw because they didn't make the block. So much things that go on in the game. It's not just the offensive coordinator. It's not just Jalen Hurts. It's not just, the play design. It's everything in one. And it's going to take time. It's week 2. Yeah. It's going to take time with this is his 7th offensive coordinator. It's going to take time to get things going. You're not just going to come out there, flying around making plays and looking like a spectacular offense. It's going to take time. Then the type of quarterback he has, he holds the ball the longest. He doesn't necessarily always fit in the tight windows. He's a different type of quarterback. So it's going to take time. And so I think everything has kind of been overblown with people talking about Kevin Patullo on a hot seat. And it's just retarded. It's his 2nd week. Can you imagine your first few days on the job? You're not as nice as you're going to be, 6 months or a year down the road. It's going to take some time. Even when you got behind the wheel, when you first started driving, now we nice behind the wheel. We could do whatever. You can drive with your knees and shit, one finger. When you first got behind the wheel, man, you was a fucking accident waiting to happen, bro.
Right.
Just like, the Eagles, man, we go through the same shit every year, bro. The same patterns, the same routine of, let's get rid of the coach. I thought that was bullshit last year. Let's get rid of this person. Let's give us some time. We're going to be fine, man. But what's your thoughts, though?
I love football, man. I love the game. I love Sundays. I hate the rest of the week because you got these people that I feel like we're in the media, so we understand that, clicks bring views bring money. We understand that. And I feel like certain people in the media, they don't give a damn about the sport. They don't give a damn about the team. They just give a damn about the story. They give a damn about the click. And that's everywhere. That's just everywhere. And it's stupid as hell because how are we judging anything after 2 damn weeks of football? How many times have we seen teams that, okay, I'll give a perfect example last year. And I swear to God, when we played Cleveland and Jayden threw it, he scrambled out, he threw a bomb to Terry, he catches the ball. I'm in the house screaming, we about to win Super Bowl. Philly can't fuck with us, this, that. I was going crazy. Why? Because after 4 weeks, Philly didn't look that good. The Rams didn't look that good. Some of these teams that were in the playoffs didn't look good. So in my eyes, we're going to win. You fast forward it, Eagles win the Super Bowl, got one of the best defenses ever. You know what I'm saying? This is what's being said. So you never know. You never know what's going to happen in week 7, week 8, week 10. These players are not playing in the preseason anymore. These players are playing one less preseason game. September football is a time to figure it out. And especially for y'all, when y'all talk about you changing coordinators every year, that's a new offense. That's a new system. That's new cues. All that's brand new. It takes time. And the fortunate thing is, and I think anybody would want to be in this position, if you're still figuring it out and you're undefeated while you're figuring it out, That's a good fucking problem to have. Because at the end of the day, you just want to stack wins. You want to stack wins, especially now when shit ain't going the way you want it to. Stack as many wins as possible, because once it does click, it's just better off. And a lot of these teams that people are complaining about will not look the same come November, December. Now, there are some teams that you have to worry about. Teams that are 0-3, teams that are, you know what I mean, not looking. I think teams that are 0-3 are the teams that you got to look at the most and go, yeah, there may be some concern. You could throw up some maybe red flags to teams that haven't won a game yet if they were expected to do something. But teams that are 1-1, teams that are 2-0, man, let them do their thing and figure it the fuck out. But that's the media, man. This is why, like I said, I love football on Sundays. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, not so much, man, especially when you lose, because then you hear a bunch of crazy shit, man. But you got to give it time, man. You got to give it time. You guys are still 2-0. You know what I mean? You got a tough game coming up, but a game that you can handle. I think you guys won the last 3 games against the Rams. Different team, different scenario. Where's that game at?
It's in Philly.
I think y'all be straight, man. I think y'all be straight. That's just the fans. That's the media. That's how this shit works, and it's frustrating as hell.
Right. Can you still see me? Because my shit is frozen on this side.
Yeah, you look clear as day. You walk, yeah, everything's straight.
All right. Well, anyway, and my man Steve was in the chat. He said his Fins lost last night. Perfect example, Tua, right? He throws a boneheaded interception last night.
Oh,
9 times out of 10, Jayden is not making that. Like he's not going to make that throw. So you have to, no turnover, no touchdown, but no turnovers. I'll take it. I'll take it, bro. Like at the end of the day, like I want my quarterback. He's not going to turn the ball over. We got a good chance of winning a lot of football games. And I think that's what the Eagles and the team says. Like, we ain't got to force everything, bro. We're going to take what they give us, and if we got to make a splash, we'll make a splash here or there. And I love that. It don't look as great to the people. And one thing I want to say about the Philly media, every time they get him in the locker room, they ask him the same question, like, how's the passing game? What do you guys need to do better? Like, shut the fuck up, bro.
They baiting him. They're trying to bait him.
Yeah, they trying to bait him. Like, and he's laughing, and he's like, at the end of the day, it's like, yo, the shit's going to be good, bro. Once it's good, I want Jayden to come back and say again, that's what I was looking for. Say that shit again to these motherfuckers, man. Then they're going to find something else to complain about. That's how Philly is. We winning. This is the greatest era of Eagle football. Jalen Hurts 18-1 in his last 19, and we got to find something to fucking nitpick instead of just saying, all right, look, man, fuck it, we winning. They'll get it together.
Yeah, first off, shout out to the Dolphins last night, because I had no idea. I had the game on, but I didn't think it was going to be close. And when I'm looking at it, it's 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and it's 21-21. I'm like, damn, all right, they got a chance. But good teams versus bad teams. When you have a team that, you know what I mean, you get a rough in the kicker when they about to give you the ball back, when you tie, or I think you might have been even up a touchdown, and you about to get the ball back, you get a rough in the kicker, and then, you know what I mean, it looked like Tua was doing his thing, but it also Tua looked like he was definitely looking down his receivers, and he was loving Waddle on that drive. And I said, I'm like, if he goes to Waddle, this shit gonna get picked, because he had 2 people far on the left side, and then he had Waddle down low, and I'm like, yo, this gonna get picked if he throws it to Waddle. And sure enough, because he was staring right down the barrel the whole time. But one thing I want to talk about, first off, shout out to the Dolphins, because they played a lot better than I thought they would yesterday. Shout out to Steve. But you said something as far as Philly's concerned. I want to add to that, because we don't have Washington doesn't have any turnovers this year either. Jayden didn't throw any interception, no fumbles. We have 0 turnovers this year. The thing that's different is you guys are causing turnovers on defense too. That defensive play where Kelsey, you know what I mean, the ball goes out of Kelsey's hands, you got your safety Johnny on the spot, might have been a play of the game. Turnovers matter, and it don't matter when they happen. It don't matter how much time they happen. It's when they happen and the timing of when they happen. And you guys have a great ability to cause a turnover too when it's needed. You know what I mean? And that separates the championship teams for the teams that don't make it there. And that's what we have to do, because although we don't have any turnovers on offense, right now we don't have any turnovers on defense either. That's a problem. So not only do you guys not turn the ball over, but you always get that timely turnover when it matters. And that shit's important. I can't hear you, cuz.
You hear me now?
Yeah, I got you.
All right. Yeah, now you kind of like, you expect it. Like, all right, we're going to make this play. I don't want to keep living like that. Having to need it, but it's like you kind of expect, like, all right, something's going to happen. And it does. So, I think we need to put this thing together, this week. They got Forbes, your boy Forbes is out there this week. Manuel Forbes, you know what I mean? So
I thought about putting a couple bets on that, John, man, to be honest with you.
Oh, man, yeah. I can't believe he's even out there. I think somebody got hurt.
Yeah.
Him, Cam Curl out there, which they said they safeties is pretty good, the Rams. But this is a week you got to be able to, exploit. But I'll be honest, man, with Jalen Hurts, that's one of the sometimes he gets into those like duh moments where he's just holding the football. Like, nigga, throw it. Stop just hold the football. But then it's like he gonna make that play for you though. That one play that you need, that one run that you need, he might play shitty all game, but it's that one thing he might just do. Like, oh man, thank you. Until he starts fucking up games and shit like that, man, he's the guy. You know what I mean? We gotta have to just deal with him, not pulling the trigger all the time. But I think as he gets comfortable with the offense, it's gonna be dangerous again. As long as we can stay, healthy, I feel like we right there, as one of the top teams. Again, even though people want to put the Packers, up there, we'll see by the time week 12 comes, and I hope that we all firing on all cylinders so we can have a very good game. I think it's in Lambeau. Is it in Lambeau? Wherever it's at. Let's go get it done. Let's go get it done. So I'm excited. No, the offensive coordinator doesn't need to be fired. No, it's not this. No, it's not that. It's going to take some time to put this shit together. I just want AJ to keep saying the right thing, though. Like, stop. And then, like, Jayden McCoy, like, if you're not going to use, you might as well trade him. No, that's stupid. That's stupid. Because the reason things go the way they go is because of AJ. If you take AJ out, it's a totally different offense. Now you can say, all right, we ain't got to worry about whoever this other bum ass receiver is. Let's just take Devontae, Goddard, and stack the box. Yep. But when AJ's there, you can't necessarily do that. So we gonna get it together, bro. Look, that's one thing I said. I trust this team to get it together. I really do. I trust the organization to put things together.
Hey, you're still 2-0, still undefeated. Like, it's 2 weeks. We ain't talking about week 9, week 10. And then the thing with Green Bay, we all gonna have to keep up with Green Bay. This Green Bay shit's not going anywhere anytime soon because their schedule, I don't know if you saw it, they may not lose a game anytime soon. Like, their schedule is really nice. It's set up for them to gain some good momentum. But championships aren't won in September and October. They're won in December and January. So we'll see.
Yeah, definitely. Let's switch over, man. Let me switch over to the people. If anybody is one person watching, but if you are, you're gonna get a little
hip hop.
Yeah, a little bit. All right, let's go. Hold on. Boom. Switch the banners up on y'all real quick. All right, let's jump into it, man. What I got first? The Dame Dash Breakfast Club interview. I hope you watched it.
Yeah, I watched it.
It was entertaining as hell, man. It took me back to the old Breakfast Day times. I'm like, yo, this is what I'm talking about. It's been about 10 years since I had an interview like this one. Even like Charlamagne was like in rare form again. I'm like, yeah, this is the shit that shaped the culture. Remember when Breakfast Club used to shape the culture? Every single day, it was something like, all right, we're gonna talk about this shit today. Oh, this shit's moving this. This shit, no, there's no platform that does that no more. No platform. Right. Everybody just regurgitation, copying, want to do this because somebody else is doing it. Nobody's just like moving the culture forward. Like at one point, even we did. But what's your thoughts, man, on that whole Dame Dash? Take it away, man.
Man, like, so it was funny because the day before the interview came out, I seen how they do that. Like, oh, yo, what's up? It's so-and-so. I'll be on the Breakfast Club tomorrow. Check it out. I seen that Dame was on there, and with exactly what you said, I clapped my hands. I said, word. We about to get some of that nostalgia. And it kind of made me happy because I'm like, we're going to see some of that old Dame Dash that we used to see and kind of get him out of this rut that we've been seeing him in the last 3 or 4 months because it seemed like anything we heard, it was just down on Dame Dash. Him getting up there, you know what I mean? It took me back to when he did the first interview when he was up there with Mook and they were doing their thing. And I did it I talked about it on Viral. It's like that was kind of one of the main factors in us moving the way we moved, that interview, because it was just so powerful. It resonated with us in such a powerful way at the time. So now coming back 10 years forward, I definitely thought that the Breakfast Club was coming up there to kind of play him like, all right, yeah, we talking about the same shit. But before I get to that, it was like what you talked about, how the nostalgia. When I first turned it on, I ain't watched a Breakfast Club interview in years, and I heard, good morning, everybody, it's DJ Envy, and I'm waiting to hear Angela Yee, and it seemed like he kind of paused and said, just hilarious. I'm like, yeah, that shit ain't right. That shit don't feel right. Like, Angela Yee need to be with the Breakfast Club. Breakfast Club need to be with Angela Yee. But anyway, I walked up there thinking that Dame Dash was going to go up there and really cook them people and really do his thing and get back to the Dame Dash. But to me, it was more Charlamagne getting back to the old Charlamagne, like you just said. It reminded me of the Breakfast Club just being that raw, in your face, not gonna care about the sensitivity of questions. We're gonna come at you raw and we're just gonna throw it at you. And that's what I got out of it. And I think that the Breakfast Club walked out of there looking better. I know a lot of people hate the Breakfast Club and hate the pieces involved, but I think that I don't want to say made Dame look crazy, because it was
They
entertaining.
made him look crazy. They made him look
But
crazy.
it made him
bro.
look crazy, bro. It made him look crazy, bro. Made him look crazy, bro.
And that's what I kind of got out of it. Not kind of, I got that out of it. I wasn't even looking. I was looking for Dame to show accountability and responsibility. That's what I was looking for. Like, all right, be humble. But he went out totally like insulting people, attacking, threatening people, like just some childish shit, bro. Like you wouldn't expect to see a multi-millionaire mogul, handle himself in that type of environment. It was childish as hell.
Yeah.
And the Breakfast Club got the best of them.
They did
in that interview because they stuck and they stuck with the point. No matter how much they insulted, they threw a little stuff back, but they kept him and they held his ass in place. So, no, hold on, Dame. You're not gonna know, Dame. Wait, what about this, Dame? What about that? What about the bankruptcy? What about that? And Dame was all over the place, ducking, dodging, bobbing, weaving, and he made himself look even more sillier, in my opinion. And he's continuing to ruin his credibility. He's trying to make it seem like this whole bankruptcy thing was like some grandioso plan. Like, nah, you fucked up. Don't just say it. It's okay to say you fucked up. Yo, then it's like even like with the his child support, they were supposed to take the money out of this money, his taxes, my accountant, like everything is on somebody else.
Yeah,
it made me think about when you said like him showing accountability. It's just none. It's like a little kid. Oh no, he did that. Oh no, it's his fault. No, I just say, look, man, I ain't pay my shit. It's like
fucked up.
Or shit, I couldn't pay. I ain't had no money, like or whatever.
Right.
$25 million in debt. Don't try to compare this to a 50 Cent situation. For you and 50 Cent was still on the up, and 50 Cent paid his shit off. His bankruptcy. Look it up. It wasn't like he liquidated everything. He paid that shit off quicker because he had bread. If you look up the 50 Cent bankruptcy. So it was little things like that. Like if you know your facts and you know that Dame was full of shit, but Dame still has a big following of people that love him, support him, and he took another shot at Jay-Z again. Talking about I don't know if you've seen that Beyonce. They dude asked him, Art asked him about Beyonce. He was like, I thought she was like a little girl, so I ain't pursue her. Like what? Come on, bro. I don't know if you've seen that.
No, I didn't see Art. I didn't see him say that on Art of Dialogue, but I did see them say that every time you turn around, you're being real chatty patty about Jay-Z, and he got hot with that shit. He was mad as hell about it. But I mean, what are you doing, bro? He said he'll never talk about a situation, talk about this. I'm like, bro, that's not true. You talk about it all the time. All the time.
Yeah. And it's like a lot of contradictions.
Yeah.
Like, just little Charlamagne hit him with one. He was like, I don't hang around men. Charlamagne's like, you came in with a man. It's just like that's just like it's just like little shit like that. It's just like, but it's the ego is always the downfall of man. The big overinflated New York Harlem ego that will make you think that I'm cool. And I don't know if you've seen the latest thing. They said they're showing like their views and shit.
Oh Lord, yeah, I saw that shit. That was embarrassing. That was fucking embarrassing, dog.
And we all stayed in spots like that in Kissimmee.
What? Stayed in nicest spots in that Kissimmee.
I'm like this, and part of me was like, hold on, is this shit staged and fake, man?
Right.
I'm trying to think, because these dudes can't be that silly. Now, Dame can't be that silly.
Right.
And then the thing about Revolt, did you see that?
Oh my God. That made me uncomfortable.
Yeah. I'm ready to talk about it. All right, shit. He was CEO, chairman of Revolt. They put out a statement and say, hell no. We were in talks to do it, but we haven't signed any paperwork.
Right.
I don't know.
My thing was like I was excited as hell. And I think the direction of the interview would have went a little different if he would have came out a little humble. Because when I first saw it, I'm like, all right, we seen what he did to them 10 years ago. He went up there and basically made them two men in particular look like fools. You know what I mean? He was talking about boss, talking about this. Dame was on his shit at the time. You know what I mean? It looked good. Now, 10 years later, I don't know if it's exact, approximately 10 years later, Dame ain't in the same situation. So they walked up there like, hey, so what's the boss now? But Dame came out there with that same egotistical shit, making excuses. You can't look men in the face, businessmen. Now, I don't care if Charlamagne and Envy, and I'm talking about them two in particular, because that's who he was targeting. If they wake up every morning and go to the Breakfast Club and do that, look, them brothers got money. Them brothers are paid. They have their own businesses. They have their own situations. It's not just the Breakfast Club paying their salary and then walking in on their knees, sucking some manager's dick because this is what they do when you have a boss. And this is what Dame Dash tries to make it seem like. And it's like, dog, you look absolutely crazy because you were talking to these two dudes while you're millions of dollars in debt, talking to them like you're talking down to them. And Charlamagne said, so, well, maybe if you had a boss, you wouldn't be in fucking debt. Like, this is the kind of shit that you put yourself out there and expose yourself out there to put yourself out there doing if you sitting there running your mouth and there's no humility involved. And I want to fuck with Dame. I still want to be Team Dame. This is why this shit bothers me. I know a lot of people in the comments, oh, you trying to drag Dame? You trying to, no, it's farthest from the truth. It's actually sad to see Dame go out like this, but it ain't had nothing to do with us. It's all his humility. It's all his ego that won't allow him just to sit down and go, you know what? I hit rock bottom. I made some bad decisions. I'm still Dame, so I'm going to be all right. But I had to pick myself out the mud, man. Shit didn't go out the way I went. And you would still have support. You had support on this platform, I'll tell you that. But the ego and the childish ways, you talking about Charlamagne is gay. You talking about Envy. Don't got, like, I don't know why you would try to compare views. I don't know if you've seen Envy's house or things like that. I don't even know why you would even go there with him on that level. So it's just like, man, it was just childish.
He fighting with everybody.
Yeah.
He's still fighting with all the people you came. You fighting with Cam
of all people.
This person. Like you're fucking up every relationship. But then the irony of the whole situation is, though, that interview all them years ago, right? You was clowning them, but then you go on their show to announce that you're about to be working for Revolt. You're not gonna own Revolt. You said you try to represent by saying you're in conversation to buy Revolt.
The chairman.
Okay, you're the chair. That means you got a fucking job, bro.
Right.
Just like them. It might be a high paying job. It's a great job, but you're not the owner. So it's just like it's just a big walking contradiction. Honestly, man, I don't know like what he can really tell you about good business at this point. Like I even when we interviewed him, think about that interview. Like, what jewels did he really give us for real in that interview?
Right.
Maybe I'm a little naive. I mean, what's going on, bro? What's really it's all bad relationships. It's all like we doing some nigga shit now. We talking about our views. My teeth cost more than this. Like, dog, you got me 60 years old, dog.
I got diamond in my dentures. Like, what?
Yeah, like what? God, and I get the entertainment value of it. I get it. But we just doing some nigga shit. Everybody's still looking at us like some crazy niggas again. Cause we dick measuring again.
Yep.
Instead of working, Cam tried to get you a deal, bro. I wish he would have came to us with $1 million deal.
What?
You feel me? He tried to give you a deal. Oh, you try to go, you want to get more and do this and like, God, just take the deal, get in the door, bro.
Yep.
Tried to help you. They're
gonna get him his masters. They're gonna buy his. They're gonna get him his masters. They ain't want him to go out like that. And a lot of people don't. People want to see Dame win, but Dame don't want to see Dame win.
Right. So that kind of is what it is, bro. I mean, you know, I gotta keep it a bean about it. As much as I see people making videos and talking about, oh, the white, and they didn't believe the white man. You don't believe Dame Dash. He lied, bro. He lied on the channel. What are you talking about? Believe him. We believed him. I was recording the video that night of him being the Revolt CEO, the chairman. I go to look on Instagram and I seen they put a statement that he was lying. I've done the whole video.
Right.
And I'm like, damn, this nigga's lying about the shit. Then I had to make it up.
Like you want to do that shit. You took pride. You took your hard-earned time to make the video because you didn't want them to see. Like, people stupid. Like, we want to see him win. You got to be telling the fucking truth, though, bro.
People don't understand, bro. Like, Dame reached out to us for the interview years ago, and we love Dame. We probably reached out to him numerous times before, so we could not wait to do it. It was great, bro.
Yep.
Like, Dame Dash has been like, we always kept him on that pedestal. You know, but these recent actions I don't look at him different. I just like, damn, he full of shit at this point.
Yeah.
You get to know somebody. It's like, you don't know him. You hold this value about him. Then once you know, he's just another nigga.
Yep.
See, like, another nigga that made a couple dollars. Yeah, it's disappointing.
I want to say this, though, about the Breakfast Club. They did a great job of holding Dame Dash's feet to the fire. So they can do it. You need to come out there and hold a couple other people's feet to the fire because you brought some people up there and let them parade around and showboat around as if they were something that they weren't. And they took a lot of money from the black community. So I think if you're going to have Dame Dash up there and hold his feet to the fire, then it's only right that you bring other people up there that you guys promoted and you guys put on a pedestal and hold their feet to the fire just as much as you held Dame to the fire, because you had no problem doing that. Keep that same energy for some other people. I think y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, for sure. I got one more. I was that Cardi B shit is crazy. I ain't even gonna talk about that shit.
Oh my Lord.
It's like wow. I mean, like, this is the thing, man. Wow. Like, if you're gonna break up, give me some time. Like, give me some. You're gonna go have a baby with another dude in the next month or 2 months, 3 months, whatever it was. Like, god damn, ain't they, they still married or something like that?
Probably, you know it.
Yeah, it's like, oh my god, bro. But then again, it's the culture. It's the culture, bro. It's the hip hop culture. People love it.
I told my wife, because she didn't know. I guess I was like, you see your girl's having a baby with the football player. She's like, oh yeah, I'm happy for him. He seems like a good guy. I looked at him, I'm like, yeah, you don't know who Stephon Diggs is, bro. I don't know, and then no disrespect to him or nothing like that. I'm like, Stephon Diggs makes fucking Offset look like a choir boy. Are you crazy? Are you crazy? It makes him look like he's coming home every night at 7 p.m. Like Cardi, and this is the problem. A lot of women that complain about men jump to the same piece of shit ass men. Like, I think Stephon Diggs had they were rumors, allegedly, has a baby already by a girl, had another baby on the way, was fucking Cardi while she was pregnant with Offset's baby. This dude is a monster and a freak and loves pussy. So do you think that you are going to change him because you are Cardi B? You're out of your everlasting mind. He's going to do what he does.
Remember, he had the coat, they had the pink cocaine. He was partying with the white girls on the boat.
She was on the fucking boat. Cardi was on a boat. This dude is wild, man. And the thing, and the reason why I bring this up is in 6-7 months, when they break up, she gonna be claiming about all men ain't shit. This nigga did this, all this nigga. No, you should have knew it before it fucking happened. We all knew it. How you ain't know? You got a poor taste in men. You're frozen, brother. I can't see you. I don't know if you can still hear me. I'm still in the building. I don't know. Looks like old guy's having some technical difficulties. We definitely appreciate you on the Hip Hop Uncensored podcast. Are you there? You with me?
Oh, I'm here. Okay. Yeah.
All right, cool. There you go.
Yeah. I got one more thing, man. Just trying to push it. I got to get ready to go anyway.
You good, dog? You good?
The Jay-Z casino fell through. I don't know if you've been following that, but it fell through this week. He was supposed to put the casino up, and a lot of people saying it was a bad idea for New York. I haven't really heard like why it would be a bad idea. I heard Broadway didn't really like it, and other businesses, because it would hurt businesses in the area. But what's your thoughts about his casino bid for New York being shut down in Manhattan?
I've never been a fan of casinos. Why you asking me who the Eagles play? I ain't no Eagles fan, Steve. Asshole. But much love to you, brother. I think that Commanders, baby. They play the Rams, brother. But I've never been a fan of casinos in New York in general, mainly because obviously we out here close to Atlantic City, and I felt like if you were to put a casino in North Jersey or even in New York, because New York is such a heavy clientele for the Atlantic City casinos, that it would really cripple and hurt Atlantic City. This was some time ago when they were talking about votes to bring casinos in. This is probably even Jay-Z doing it. Atlantic City has been crippled regardless, with online gaming and other casinos opening up and different things. Atlantic City has definitely taken a terrible dip. I don't want to see it happen any further. I mean, it's already hurting. We're seeing casinos shut down, and casino business isn't as crazy as it used to be. So from my selfish perspective, I want to see jobs continue to stay flourishing within AC as best as they can. And I know that New York crowd, if they were to put a casino out there, then it would completely probably eliminate that New York crowd coming down to South Jersey and spending their money out there. And that's my only thing about it. I don't know how it would affect New York. I don't know if Jay-Z's business plan was good or bad. I just know that I'm against New York casinos in general because of what it would do to our community down here.
Yeah, word, for sure. Yeah, that's a good one. I feel the same way. We shouldn't want no Delaware, no PA, none of them shits. Atlantic City could have possibly been like Vegas, man. For real, yeah, right there with it, because one thing Atlantic City has is they have the waterfront, and the beach.
Yeah.
That's a whole game changer. Water sports, properties on the beach. People love coming to these beaches in the summertime. This area is like millions and millions of people in this area, and the county only holds like 200,000, but in the summertime, it's probably 10 million people in this county. Between Ocean City, Atlantic City, Sea Isle, all these places. So I'm glad that definitely that it got shot down. In New York, they were really heavily against it. But it does bring jobs, but in a place like New York, do you need more? Like, I mean, everything is in New York.
Exactly.
Everything. So like I said, I'm glad, man. And more controversy around Jay-Z. They saying this, they saying that. I don't get the hate for Jay-Z, man. I really don't understand it.
Because people love doing it. I don't agree with the business end, but I ain't hating Jay-Z because of it. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
If he's gonna bring money in, then shit, let him bring money in. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think that thing was estimated $4 billion or something like that.
Yeah.
That's a lot of fucking money.
Like I said, Broadway said, hell no. Broadway was like, no, it's gonna hurt us. No. So Broadway, like, they were really against it. So I'm happy for them as well, because that's a major fixture there in Manhattan.
Yeah.
Broadway.
And it's more important in the casino. Broadway's more important in the casino is. Yeah, I don't know. Casinos never been like, because we live out here. Of course, we kind of know this situation better, but it's like, I'm not the biggest fan of casinos in general. You know what I mean? I don't like the energy behind them. And to put that there, like you said, it's so fucking busy in New York. Like, you almost have to have like a Vegas or Atlantic City. They got the real estate for it. You know what I mean? We got waterfront property out here. We could put it out here, do things. Vegas is nonstop desert. They got the property for it. You putting a casino in a major city? Ugh. Like, they got it out in Philly and stuff, but even the ones in Philly are kind of closer out there by the waterfront, aren't they? They ain't sitting right dab in Center City. You know what I mean? So
one's next to the Eagle Stadium,
right?
Too far, and then I guess a couple other ones somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah.
So, but
my bad. Go ahead.
Stephen Charles puts. Hopefully, you guys come back live. Yeah, we're gonna definitely.
Mondays and Fridays, right? We're doing live right now.
Yeah, Mondays and Fridays. Yeah, it's the time we got to lock down, but
yeah.
I mean, for sure, man. I can't wait. It's a lot of good games, coming on this week. Y'all play at 1:00 Sunday.
Yeah. 1:00 we play at home. I think that this game and this week is at 1, and then from there it's like all afternoon shit. So yeah, which y'all play at 1 too?
Yep.
So y'all okay? So you got the Rams traveling from LA to the East Coast playing a 1:00 game. That's not favorable for them, man. And just like us, like they really did the Raiders dirty. They had them. They had us playing on Thursday night, so we had 10 days rest. They had to play on Monday night.
Yeah.
So they only had 4 days rest, and they have to travel all the way across country and play at 10:00 in the morning. In their mind, they did them dirty. But hopefully, we can take advantage of it.
Yeah, that's the thing, man. It's like, that's gonna be tough.
Yeah,
it's gonna be tough for them, and y'all be fresh for. Like I said, it's the perfect game. It can't be anything short of a blowout. Even with Marcus Mariota, it can't. You got to blow this team out. You shouldn't be, hanging around with this team. I mean, win is a win. You know what I mean? But so we'll see.
And we got to get a turnover too. I want to see. We have no turnovers. Geno Smith leads the league in interceptions right now. We got to get that ball off him at least once or twice, man. We got to get in the turnover column for sure.
Right, definitely. But yeah, man, we knocked it out today. 48 minutes, almost an hour. It's beautiful. So guys, stay locked in with us, Steven. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And everybody else subscribe. It's inching along. It's growing slowly, but it is growing. So we definitely appreciate you guys, and we'll be back Monday with the recap of what went on over the weekend. That's your brother Sam Ant. I'm your brother Oh God. I'll talk to y'all later. Like, share, subscribe. Peace.
Peace.
Cool.